In this lesson, we're going to be talking about breaking WEP. Now, as I've mentioned previously, WEP, or the wired equivalent privacy, has been broken, and it's possible to decrypt messages that have been encrypted using WEP. So the way you would do that would be to gather a whole lot of data in order to be able to do this WEP breaking. Now, there are some tools that are available that will do this for you, and one of them I'm going to look at here just to demonstrate how it might be accomplished is called AirCrack. And AirCrack comes with a number of different utilities that do different functions. One of them is called AirMon, and AirMon will actually show me the different interfaces that I've got installed on this system that are capable of doing wireless. So I've got AirMon, and I've got two different interfaces here. I've got Mon 0 and I've got WLAN 0. WLAN 0 is the physical interface that's there, and it looks like Mon 0 is just a duplicate of the same thing. So I've got AirMon going now. I've just started it up on WLAN 0, and what it tells me is monitor mode is enabled on Mon 1. So what I want to do is I want to run arrow dump on Mon 0. And you can see that arrow dump is running now. It's flipping through channels looking for different SSIDs, and this is actually in a location that's probably not going to see a lot of wireless activity, but there is a possibility that an SSID may actually show up here. But what you would do would be to run arrow dump, and it would actually capture a lot of the packets for you, and you'd be able to use that to run AirCrack with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let me open up another window while that's running. So I've got another window open here, and I can show you AirCrack. Even though I don't have anything to run it with, I can show you how it's run. So I've got AirCrack here, and I can do different options, and I can feed it a capture file. So I could do force attack mode and use either WEP or WPA PSK. I can select the SSID or the network identifier. So out of the capture, there may be a lot of different SSIDs, and I'm going to tell it which ones specifically. If I've got multiple CPUs, I can tell it to use different CPUs, and here's the different cracking options that I can use. So I could specify the WEP key length, and I could specify the WEP key index. I could disable brute force multi-threading. So there's a lot of different options that I've got here. But in order to run AirCrack, you really need a capture file, which is what arrow dump would provide for you. So you run arrow dump, you grab a large amount of data, multiple hundreds of meg to maybe a gig or more, in order to have enough data for AirCrack to be able to brute force the password with. And here you've got the ability to feed it word lists in a file. So the -w and then word list, and you could do the file with all of the words in it that you want to run your crack against. So going back to arrow dump, you can see that I actually found an ESSID. It's gotten 3 packets so far. It's lost 0, and it looks like the power is at -75. And now we've actually lost that SSID. It's disappeared. We've been running for 4 minutes at this point, and we haven't really captured any data. So again, that's because this has actually got a very weak Wi-Fi adapter in it, and it's in a place where the signal isn't going to get to it very well. So the SSIDs will kind of come and go, and it probably won't capture enough information. Certainly won't capture nearly enough information in the amount of time that we've got here in order to be able to do this. But you can get aircrack running on Linux systems. It's actually been ported to other systems as well. Theoretically, you can get it running under Mac OS. It's got binaries available for Windows. You can run aircrack on a Windows system. There are other utilities that are also available that will do WEP cracking, and you can certainly go out looking for those. This is a pretty common one that you would find mentioned if you were to go looking for information about cracking WEP. So you may want to take a look into aircrack. It's actually aircrack-NG for next generation at this point. They've been using it for a while and actually rebuilt it, so we're on the next generation of aircrack rather than the old version of aircrack. So I'm going to kill that. We didn't actually generate any packets, but that's how you would use aircrack. You would run airmon, get your list of network adapters. You would start up aeromon, and then you would run aerodump ng in order to get your packet dumps. And then you could run aircrack against it in order to get the WEP password and have the ability to log into a WEP network without actually having the WEP password been given to you by an administrator or someone who had the rights to give it to you. So that's how you would go about breaking WEP.